Hello and welcome back to modded Minecraft Feed the Bees. So now I have a jetpack in my possession, I can finally build the way I've always wanted to. And in the background you can see me there with some deep slate, some birch, some marble, and some blue stained glass, building our lab. But before we go into detail, it's time to hit the comments section. As always, you guys have been commenting with some top tips in the video, and as always, I've been reading them and learning a lot, so thank you very much for all of your input. Joseph says, "Hey Sjin, if you crouch while on magma blocks, it won't harm you." That's amazing, I wish I'd known that when I was underwater, but now I do. That's useful going forwards. Elidor says, "One warning about darn computers. When the power is out, you can't access it." That's a very good point, and that is why our computer system should be on its own separate power network. Alyssa Klein says, "Hey, if you're looking for faster smelting, check out the Iron Furnace mod. It's got a bunch of upgrades that make them faster and more efficient." Perfect. I think we can't keep using the mechanism furnace, so we're going to look into something like that for sure. Random Nerd says, "Daily reminder to drink your H2O." That's right, I mean, it's not relevant to the episode, but hey, if you're watching this video right now and you haven't had a glass of water for a while, do yourself a favor and go pour yourself a pint of the good stuff, okay? And Alec Nagigi, thank you very much for being a member, says, "Please be mindful of how much copper honeycomb you eat. Copper toxicity is a thing." It's true. There was once a kid that drank so much Sunny Delight, their skin turned orange, and they looked like an Oompa Loompa. And the same is true for things like copper and iron. Iron is an important part of your diet, but if you eat too much, you will turn into Tony Stark. For better or worse. Okay, well, let's jump in. So we're sticking with our initial idea of a 3-compartmental build, and when I kind of look at this lab, it reminds me a little bit of like a hamster cage, because we've got these glass tunnels connecting the different sections that makes me feel very much like a little Minecraft hamster. Anyway, this is the central building here, the one that looks like a rocket ship? Sure, yeah, like a rocket ship. And the main building is going to be a giant greenhouse. All of that blue stained glass is going to give us huge well-lit space. And in the greenhouse room, we're going to house the centrifuges and the main bee tech. So I had a lot of fun building this lab, and I figured that the heavy glass setting and the idea of making it look like a bit like a greenhouse lended very well towards the whole farm aesthetic. This whole place is supposed to look like a farm. And so a very industrial building might look a bit out of place. However, a bit of like a future sci-fi glass tech building looks a bit like a future farm, right? And I really love the kind of shark fin design we have on the top of the main greenhouse building. And again, glass remains heavy in this build, but we can't have glass everywhere, and where we can't have glass, we're usually resorting to marble. It's not a very robust build, and there's certainly ways I could add a bit more depth and texture, but with my limited materials, I was happy with what I crafted. Once the main greenhouse section was done, I came back over to this hamster tunnel we built between the two main buildings, and began construction on our computer tower. Now we need a place to house our computer system and all the hard drives and things that's safe away from where any creepers can get to it and blow our stuff to smithereens. So nice and high up, I wanted to build this kind of glass tower with marble and deep slate that leans back a little bit. It's got like a little bit of purpose and design. It doesn't just look like a boring cuboid. And it also still uses a lot of glass, but basically up here on top of this tower, safe from everything else, we're going to be putting our computer system. And we're going to be using an elevator to get between the bottom floor and the computer tower itself. Now, to interface with the computer itself, we don't actually need to be near the core or the hard drives. We can drag a cable down to the bottom and use a crafting grid so that we can always have access to it. So it can be stored safely far away, and you never need to touch it. But with that in mind, I mean, you could even, in theory, build like an obsidian little compartment down in the earth and hide your computer system way underground. But we're going for a very visual build, so this is the style I was happy with. Now alas, marble is a pretty scarce resource and I did run out, so we're going to have to content ourselves with having completed the greenhouse room and the computer tower. I will come back to the main building, which is where we're going to house ore processing, once I've gathered enough marble. But it's time to step away from building and get back into the game and make some progress. And so, build mode over, let me give you a tour now of the facility. Now right here we have the main entrance to the lab, and people have said that this kind of looks a little bit like something else. I don't know what they're talking about though, to me it just looks like a nice greenhousey lab. I'm a big fan of glass, and so I really like this aesthetic, this kind of greenhouse vibe that we've got going on inside the lab. So the first floor, this is going to be the centrifuge floor, and we're going to put as many centrifuges on this floor as we can. And we're going to hide the pipes and wires, I think probably underneath the floor. Now there's room to expand this. As you can see, the tall tower here goes up to nowhere at the moment. It's a bit hollow, a bit empty, but when we think of something to put in there, we will put it in there. And give this area a floor and a way to get up. I think since this is the glass corridor that leads to the rest of the lab, I feel like this little gap over here could have like a bit of like a stairway, like a platform here, and a stairway that leads up through the interior of the lab. As you come through the glass tunnel, we arrive at the computer tower. So the computer doesn't need very much space at all. It's got a little gap behind this glass because this is where we're going to put the power and the computer cables. We're going to put a lift here that will take you up to the top floor. And last but not least, we have ore processing, which is over here. At the moment, it's a bit lackluster. We've got these ancient machines, very basic, very baseline. We can turn one ore into 3 bars, but we're going to go way bigger. We're going to go to 4, maybe 5. And that is a tour of my laboratory. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Now there's 2 things we're going to do this session. Before we fill the lab with machines, we need to make sure our bee game is on point. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be tracking down the bees we need to get these last few bees bred. Wait a minute, Circe Drogo has some problems. What's up? Influenza? Oh no! Oh! Disease has hit our colony, and we have to build a hospital. Well, if I remember correctly, oh look, she's even got like a COVID symbol there. Very nice. Okay, ma'am. Well, there we go. COVID-19 has struck Honeybird Hollow. So we're going to have to find a way to get these guys face masks and a hospital before they all die. Now, it could be important that we get this done sooner rather than later because I'm not sure if you can die. So what are we doing? We're going to see if we can build a hospital. To build a hospital, we need to research it. So let's go and see what the research is for a hospital. Let's go and talk to Galadriel Bond. Research civilian, and I believe it's, here we go, stamina. So we need 1 carrot to investigate this research. No sweat, I'm fairly sure I have some carrots back at base. There we are. Hey Galadriel, wait, hang on a sec. Galadriel, weren't you, Something's different about you, Galadriel. I can't quite place it, but you look a little bit off. Anyway, you still seem to be working, so that's fine. We're going to go to civilian now and unlock stamina. Oh man, even Hermione's got influenza. Man, this COVID's really spreading. Although I'm low-key not surprised that Hermione's got COVID, because if I remember the movies correctly, she got up in everybody's grill 24/7. So build options upgrade, fisherman level 2. And we'll leave that to kind of simmer in the background while we move on to the main course, that is of course, bees. So instead of hiring colonists, we can also let them have children, which I'm keen to do. And you know what? Why not? Let's turn it on right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, whoa, what's this? Goal reached, hometown. A new child, Bunny Cocknosher, is now happily living in Honeybird Hollow. No way. Welcome to the party, pal. And we got an achievement for it as well, hometown. You can manually employ citizens. Wait, what's this? Settlement, a new child, Circe Cocknosher. I've got to turn this off quickly before this place fills up with cocknoshers. So we have many bees, but there is one bee to track down. We mentioned it last episode. It is the water bee. It's one of the baseline bees that appears around the world, and we have to track this sucker down and bring him home. Now, one thing, it's a water bee, and that means you usually find it in rivers and lakes, apparently. Not the ocean, it's got to be rivers and lakes. And if we're going to be scanning for rivers and lakes, we're going to need a boat. And what better woods to build a boat out of than mahogany? Whoa, 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 hang on a sec, whoa, hold the phone. Al Capone, mahogany boat, mahogany cog, mahogany galley, mahogany war galley, mahogany dracar, mahogany rowing boat, less impressive, mahogany brig. Spruce moose, my friends, we're going to have to check these out. So the mahogany, oh my god. So the small ships mod gives us a whole bunch of cool boats. And it looks like, with a variety of materials, we can build ourselves some badass boats. Let's get all the materials we need to try these out. Dashi blows, Paxel in hand, the perfect tool. We've kind of given up on our saw. I mean, the saw was great, but it was very early game. But we've graduated onto the Paxel now. With the Ultimine option engaged, it's actually much better for digging down trees. Boom, there we go. Plenty of mahogany. Oh, speaking of mahogany actually, I've done a bit of decorating of my own for the front of the house. Now I want the main entrance to the farmhouse to be a grand showcase of power and wealth. And what else screams massive decadence than huge mahogany trees? Look at this. Oh, the path of glory. Oh man, I feel like the Queen walking to Buckingham Palace. Fantastic. So we're going to start from left to right and we're going to make a mahogany dhow. Boom, mahogany dhow. Next, we're going to make a mahogany brig. Boom, mahogany brig. We're going to skip a rowing boat because that sounds like it sucks. So the mahogany dracar needs string. String needs, of course, industrial hemp. Boom, 64, in you go. And there we have a mahogany dracar. Next on the list is the war galley, which requires a mahogany galley to make. So there's a mahogany galley baseline first, which means we need more boats. No sweat, 3 of those. Let's make 6 for good measure. We know how it's done. I'm going to touch base back with you again when I've got all these boats completed. Okay, and here we are. We've got the mahogany dhow, the mahogany brig, the mahogany dracar, the mahogany war galley, the mahogany galley, and the cog. Let's test them out. Now the cog looks a bit small, so we'll go from smallest to largest. And luckily enough, we have a docks down here where we can store all of our boats. Now this docks is definitely not big enough for all of these boats. We've got the massive one out here, the Mine Colonies one. But certainly now we have our jetpack, we'll expand the docks and put all these boats down. Let's get rid of you because you're a scrub boat. Okay, first to go down is the cog. Let's take a look at this. Oh, not a small boat. Looks pretty cool. And that's the cog, the smallest of the small. Next up, we're going to try the galley. Oh, we need a lot of space for this. Oh yeah, it's definitely bigger. Look, it's got space for 4 dudes. Nice, I like it. Big ship. Fine ship. Mahogany ships. I've run out of space, you know. There's no space. I'm going to have to get into this boat and park it so I can put another one here. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh, it's so cool. This is amazing. I'm having... Oh, man. This is an amazing mod. You know what this reminds me of? The Spruce Moose, my old plane. If you remember, Feed the World, I had a spruce plane. Oh, check it out. Oh, so it's... Oh, let's go back in. Oh, don't want to crash into that mountain. No. Let's go back into first person. Big mistake. It should have been mahogany. Oh, man, look at the way the boat sways as well. That's amazing physics. Let's take the galley for a bit of a joyride as well. Whoa, oh my god, okay. The galley has extreme speed. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, let's just park it over here. Out front. Okay, let's try some of these bigger ships. The war galley. I wonder what makes the galley a war galley. Let's find out. Okay, well, it's got 2 sails and not 1. And it's got space for 6 dudes. Wait, 6 dudes? It might even have space for... No, it's 6 dudes. Six fine dudes. Okay. Well, again, let's just move this out of the way. Oh man, this whole area is becoming a bit of a busy junction. We're gonna park this the other side of the boat. Okay, and the last 3 boats. So we'll try the Drakkar first. It's big, it's cool. The difference is it's got some big cool front bits. It's only got room for 4, but that's okay. Next up, the mahogany brig. Now this one has big sails, so I'm excited to see what this one looks like. Oh yeah, now that's a fine ship. Look, it's got like a front prow. Very cool indeed. And so let's clear up some space here. Just move this bad boy. Don't mind me. Just gonna park you over here. And last but not least, I think this is going to be the biggest ship. It looks like the biggest ship on the icon. Time to find out. Oh, it's big. It won't even fit in this little area here. I'm going to have to go out into the open sea to put this down. Here we go. Hover mode engaged. Flying out. Whoa. Oh. So is it the biggest? I can't quite tell. It looks like it might be the biggest, although the war galley looks pretty big too. You know what? I think this is the biggest ship here. This being, what is it? What are you? The mahogany brig. It's like a frigate, but it's a brigate. Well, I say brig it on, and let's go track down this bee in our new ship. Oh yeah, it's got a rudder. It's actually very slow. This is max speed. This one doesn't have any oars, so maybe there is a way to drop these sails. Let's go into controls and see if there are any controls for the small ships mod. Aha, yes, I do declare there are a few controls for small ships. Higher sail, lower sail, open ship inventory, very cool, and toggle sail. Oh man, this reminds me of Valheim, having ships with inventory. Oh man. Flashbacks to losing all my iron ingots in the sea. Ugh. So we've assigned some of these keys to our numpad. Now let's see if this works. Okay, drop the sail, boys. Oh my god. The speed. The raw speed. Oh no. Oh no. What's going on? Raise the sails. What the hell just happened? Did I hit the kelp. I think the kelp almost scuppered me. Or maybe my speed was too great. Okay, let's try that again. Sails are down. Yeah, looks like we're doing okay. On the open sea. Very cool. Oh, we're picking up speed. I wonder if there's like a wind direction thing. Maybe, maybe not. Oh, careful, bees. Hey! Okay, right, so this is the open ocean, which is not where we want to be. Where we want to be is along rivers. So let's open up the map and see if we can track down some rivers. So we're going to brave the oceans and cross the sea. We're going to go directly opposite our farm, out into the open ocean until we strike land. We're looking for land hoes. I'm not sure what a land hoe is. I think it might be a mermaid, because all I remember is from the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, sailors were constantly looking for land hoes. Look at that, the beautiful lights of the temple down below as we scoot along in our mahogany ship. Oh, the mahogany brigate. Now, okay, we need a name for this mahogany brigate. So I want you to put in the comment section what you think we should christen this thing to be. Peculiar's revenge has already been taken. We need something that's important to the Feed the World series, important to us as farmers, important to mahogany. As a wood, you've got to respect the wood, you've got to respect the grain. But if you can think of any cool names for our new boat, definitely pile that in the comments section and we'll name this sucker. Maintaining our course across the open seas. So far, so good. While we're sailing the sea, let's change the look of the map. So at the moment, the map mode is topography, but we can change it from that to blocks, light sources, none or night. So blocks looks like this. Oh, interesting. Oh, this is very interesting, actually. So we can actually... Oh! What happened? Down sails, down sails. I think what happened there was kelp. Got to be careful. Okay, so block mode on the map looks like it will show us what different blocks are that we're hovering over. So you see down at the bottom it says stone in water. Move up to the blue, it says gravel in water. Move to the green, it says silver ore. So with this in mind, I believe we can use the colours here to track down elusive rare ores. If you sort by light sources, this is a useful way to track down buildings because generally speaking, only buildings have light sources. If you hover over our base, it looks really cool, it looks like nighttime, but you can also see that the colony has a lot of light sources, and our base actually doesn't have many light sources. Interesting. Anyway, we're going to go back to basic because it is the prettiest to look at, so let's keep going. Down sails, let's find some land. We're looking for land hose. Let's find some mermaids. Oh no, wait, you can actually zoom out and get a much better look of your boat. This is amazing, check it out. Oh man, yeah, some cinematic shots. Oh, hey, looks like we found some land hose. Whoa, slow down. Oh, so what do we have here? What a strange arrangement of stone spikes. Is this supposed to be land? It looks really cool. The biome is Dead Sea. Ooh, let's take a sail through it, but be careful. Is our boat thin enough to get through here? Oh, it's going to be tight. Oh, no, we're stuck. Oh no, how do we go backwards? There we go. Reverse engaged. So it looks like we can't quite traverse this Dead Sea zone. This must be the edge of a map, right? Oh, but it does look like I see some bees in here. So let's just take a closer look with our jetpack and see what we see. See if these are the bees we're looking for. No, you're just an ocean bee, aren't you? Guardian bee. They're so common. Yeah, it looks like a pretty lame little biome we have here, but let's get back in our boat and continue the hunt. Oh, so the map says in the corner there, it looks like a frosty, snowy tundra. Let's go and check it out. Aha, land ho. That's a bee, but what kind of bee? Do we leave our boat here? Oh, it's a spooky bee. More like a boring bee. Onwards, let's find the water bees. So we're going to skirt the edge of this continent and see if we can find a river inlet. That's what we're looking for. It's a huge coastline, isn't it, this? Looks like we have something up ahead. I don't know what this is, but it looks pretty cool. It's apparently a flower meadow, red tulips. Oh. Aha, so we have a river inlet. Let's lower the sails and slowly meander down this river, looking for this water bee. Oh, hello, what are you? Hold the phone out. Whoa, no, stop the boat. Time to get out and scoop up this bee. I think it's just a aquamarine, prismarine, marine bee. Aquamarine, there we go. But I mean, that's good. That's good going forwards. Never hurts to get more bees. Unfortunately, there's no way to see on the map what kind of bee we're looking at. You can't get icons. all you can do is see the dot, get close to it, and hope you get lucky. So this is a river biome, which means we're going to find river bees here. Now this is going to be tricky. The river gets very, very, very kind of tight. And it makes me realize, actually, maybe a smaller ship would have been sensible to bring along. Oh wait, no, I don't have any smaller ships with me apart from my dinghy. I've got a basic rowboat. That could work, but it's oak. I don't want to ride an oak rowboat when I've got this fine mahogany vessel. Oh man, this is just like Apocalypse Now. Yeah, so basically what we're looking for is a nest that spawned in the river biome that has a bee that looks... That's not a bee. It's a barnacle. That has a bee that looks like a water bee. Thing is, it turns out they're really rare. This is a really tricky thing to track down. Onwards. Oh no! Oh, we're jammed! We're jammed. We're stuck. Completely stuck. Okay, well, park the boat. We're getting out and we're going on foot, because I see some bees. We might get lucky. What are you? Oh, hang on. Don't say it ain't so. Am I the luckiest mother trucker on the planet? It's a water bee! I am! Oh, just when the boat got stuck. That's amazing. With this bee in place, we're going to be able to get all of the bees we ever dreamed of. However, unfortunately, our boat is stuck here. Can we reverse, maybe? Yeah, we can reverse, of course we can reverse. Tell you what though, there is one more bee on the map. There's one over here, which is... hover mode engaged. Is it a bee? No, it's one of these weird little kind of forest creatures. Well, okay, over here there was a bee. Where are you? Oh, there's some bees here too. RGB. A couple of RGBs. There was one on the river. Here he is. Another one over this way. Eyes on the prize. He's on the water now. Oh, there it is. It's a second water bee. Perfect. Where there's one, there's often more than one. And in fact, do you know what? This is one hell of a biome. Look at this place. It's beautiful. Come here, you. I gotcha. Didn't even have to break a hive. Or a sweat. Man, what amazing scenery. Look at these lush golden fields. All right, boom. Well, back to the boat. Let's sail home. Golden Prairie. What an amazing biome. Oh, look at this though. It's a meteorite, but it's got a bunch of lava in it. I've never seen that before. Let's see if there's anything special inside this skystone thing then. Skystone chest. Inscriber. Logic press. Engineering press. Silicon press. Cool. Now I loosely remember how Applied Energistics works, and if I remember rightly, you have to find a few of those meteorites, and you're looking for a certain number of these specific presses, and if you get all of them, you can make whatever you want. So that's the thing to do. Okay, easy does it. I feel like I need like one of those big truck beeps as I'm reversing this down the river. Man, if there's another boat coming this way, I'm completely boned. Oh, wait a minute. Before we head home, what's this thing over here? A flowering enchanted grove. That's... oh, God. I'm beached. A flowering enchanted grove sounds pretty nuts. Let's go and have a bit of a goosey gander. Let's go and investigate further and closer. A special temple, but it's a flowery temple. So let's go and take a look. A bit of a goosey gander. Also, oh my God. Look at these trees. They're amazing. I have to have them. Okay, look at this little terracotta temple. Now, we've got to be very careful. The last time I went to a temple, it blew up on me. We're not going to repeat that. Okay, easy does it. No, it looks safe. I don't hear any TNT. All right, what's in these chests? A dimlet, some bones, enchanted scroll of feather falling, emeralds, golden apples, nebulous heart, manuscripts. I mean, we'll take whatever looks valuable. Gunpowder, iron, manuscript, a whoopee cushion. Wait, what? What is a whoopee cushion? Oh, a manuscript from Ice and Fire. Wait, is this the lost manuscript of Winds of Winter? The book that will never be published. Who's to say? Whoopee cushion increases the wearer's flatulence. Okay, let's put it on. Oh, look, and it just sits on top of our head. All right, time to sail home. Okay, so we return home victorious. We have ourselves some water bees and a few other little kind of bits of treasure that we found here and there. Man, going and exploring really is its own reward. So we have 2 water bees, and let's see where this journey begins. So a water bee, it uses water as the flower, okay. And for breeding, if you breed it with a lava bee, you get an obsidian bee. Amazing, okay. Well, let's see what we can do. Bow chicka wow wow, time to go back to the Bee Love Hotel, and let's let these bees get it on. So we're going to put a flower here and a flower here. The flower for the lava bee is lava. And the flower for the water bee, we'll need some water, so let's go over to the well. Okay, so we have the flower for the water bee, the flower for the lava bee. Now we need to put down the lava and the water bee. Now fingers crossed these guys aren't going to sting me. Okay, the lava bee is out. He's on fire. Hopefully he doesn't set his girlfriend on fire. Oh, and he's coming to me because I've got a lava bucket in my hand. Perfect. Okay, Chief. Easy does it. We're going to wait for your girlfriend to come out. I'm assuming here the lava bee is the guy and the water bee is the girl, but it could be the other way around. Actually, no, bees don't actually have genders. Or do they? Oh, I don't know. Right, boom. Oh, no, 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 no! Whew, okay, so they... Oh, no. Oh, it was a failure. It was a failure. It was a massive failure. But it's okay, because we've got spares. There you go, my little bee friend. And then your other compadre. Where has he gone? This one. There we go, you're happy too? Oh, yes! Finally! Haha! We have an obsidian bee. And look at this cute little mother trucker. Come here, you. I want to catch you. I want to catch you. Oops. There we go. Obsidian bee. Ho ho! And so now we have all the bees we need to work our way down the chain. Another thing I want to do with these bee pods is mess around with how we've got these configured. The glass area for the bees to fly out in, the little greenhouses for the bees, needs to be much bigger. We're also going to make it out of something called ethereal glass. Ethereal glass is great because it's solid for bees, but not solid for players, which means we can walk through the glass and configure the hive even easier. And it's very simple to make. Just a bit of glass and an eye of ender. Well, we need some ender pearls, but in principle, very easy to make once we get those. Thank you for watching. I've been Sjin. A big thanks to all of you guys who are both subscribed and also who are members of the channel. Stay tuned because next week, like I said, we're going to be doing up the bee pods and building the centrifuges. But this week, we got some mahogany boats and we got the water bee. We've made some amazing progress. Until next time, take care.